should always be paramount. Staff should never put themselves, patients or visitors in danger. However, there may be risks to staff whilst caring for individuals displaying clinically related challenging behaviour. In high-risk, potentially harmful situations, prevention, avoidance, diversion and de-escalation is always the preferred approach. All professionals need to be flexible and vary their approach according to the situation that presents itself. Good communication within a team and working closely with others, especially in situations that involve potential risk, is crucial. Physical intervention should only be used as a last resort to manage an emergency situation where there is immediate risk to the health, safety and well-being of the patient, staff or visitors. At times, patients choose to leave a hospital. Joe has decided to leave, determined not to be stopped by any member of staff who is trying to intervene.
What's worrying you?
Are you the taxi?
No, I'm one of the doctors looking after you.
I've got to go. They've been after me. They've got knives. All of them got knives. They've been threatening me.
Who's after you, Joe?
They were all round the bed all night. They got guns in their hands, and they said if I didn't get out fast, they were going to shoot me.
Who was going to shoot you, Joe?
And there was that funny small one, the round one, you know, with the skirt.
Joe, do you think that this was all real? Remember, you're at the hospital, and you've been quite poorly with an infection.
No.
Do you remember that?
No. Have they been round then?
Has who been round?
The ones with the fishing rods.
No, there's no one been round with the fishing rod.
Well, I ordered them.
Remember, you're at the hospital.
Well, what about it?
But you had an infection, and we've been trying to get you better.
What kind of infection?
You had a chest infection.
I never had a chest infection.
And
I never had a chest infection. Who are you?
I'm the doctor who's been looking after you.
You're not from the police?
No. Look, that's my badge. It says I'm a doctor.
Oh.
Do you want to come back and we'll get you a cup of tea and make you feel better?
Right.
Because you seem very frightened at the moment.
Well,
you come with me, Joe.
if you've been with me,
Yeah.
and seen what I saw.
It must be very frightening. You come and tell me all about it over a cup of tea and a biscuit.
I'd like some cornflakes.
Oh, we can get you cornflakes then instead.
Any intervention should always be used in conjunction with continuous de-escalation, focusing on skilled communication techniques and fostering good relationships and diversions to avoid situations from flaring up again.
Staff awareness is absolutely crucial, and one has to use all one's guiles to identify what it is that's making the individual do what they're doing. The first thing is you've always got to be vigilant and expect the unexpected. And so that might be thinking about how you position yourself with someone whose behaviour might suddenly change and perhaps become violent. That might be being aware of their body language, looking for changes in body language. If an individual is going to throw a punch, noting that all of their body will tense up before that punch is thrown. And so thereby being able to take avoiding action. Thinking about what might be the triggers for such behaviour, so ensuring that you are calm, reassuring, and that you yourself are not invading their body space by getting as much background information as you can from talking to the patient, getting clues from what they tell you, from getting information from their relatives, maybe in the information that's sent by their referring general practitioner.
There's various different things you can do when you're faced with a challenging behaviour situation. Obviously, if something's physical and there's a physical threat to staff or the patients, to themselves, then you have to deal with that immediately and in the safest way possible that you can. Communication is a very effective skill to have when dealing with challenging behaviour. It's about being able to communicate, whether that's verbally, non-verbal, with that patient who is experiencing distress or agitation, which might lead to physical aggression. It would be knowing the patient, knowing about what they like, what they don't like, distraction techniques, de-escalation techniques. Communication is very vital in de-escalating.
One of the big difficulties is that staff really don't know what to do a lot of the time. We've found that staff aren't fundamentally disrespectful of patients, they're just very frustrated about how to deal with difficult situations. They have many competing priorities. and organisations are wanting to minimise the risks around many things, such as infection control and falls. And this is yet another thing on their plate. There is an expertise about how to manage difficulties, and if you do it well, it's a much better outcome than if you do it badly. So the potential to make things worse is very great when it comes to dealing with challenging behaviour. People with many mental health problems respond to good relationships, friendly relationships, helpful relationships.
Advice I'd give to someone dealing with challenging behaviour is the friendly approach, simple things, saying hello, what's your name, my name is Kaylee, and getting to know that person, because I think that really is key, and that breaks down barriers instantly. Getting to know someone is key in recognising triggers and stressors which could potentially lead to challenging behaviour.
If the individual's becoming a danger to themselves or to others, then you need to intervene straight away to protect them and to protect other individuals. If they're not a danger to themselves, then you can stand back and try and identify the triggers for that behaviour. Might be the way that you're interacting with that individual, that they don't understand what you're saying or what you're doing, or the context of those things.
When there has been a challenging situation, it's always good to debrief with staff members and have a look at what happened, look at the environment of what potentially might have caused the challenging behaviour, what could have perhaps been done to prevent before the situation escalated. And it's always important to listen to staff to be able to vocalise about what happened and look back and learn, and it's a really good tool.
Managing this sort of thing is not at all easy. In fact, it's highly skilled, and I think we need to appreciate that. And a lot of the things we need to do are not always intuitive. We often hear that compassion costs nothing. Actually, compassion is quite costly in terms of skills and in terms of the emotional impact on staff. And I think recognising how difficult some of these situations are for staff is a key part of the solution. On a positive note, there are the skills around to make life a lot better. So in mental health practice, people are well used to de-escalation and ways of distracting and keeping someone calm, even when there is a developing difficult situation. And I think we need to learn these skills and disseminate them much more throughout the health service. We choose people to go into healthcare professions who have very highly developed empathetic and communication skills. And I think we need to bring those out, we need to recognise them and to utilise them rather than being a bit heavy-handed with staff. People have the skills, it's a matter of finding them and developing them and using them.